let's get started with a warm-up movement prep, because you might think that the workout's the most important part, but for me, the movement prep is the most important part because it gets you moving freely, optimally, and opening up things in the body that might be a little bit closed. And if you go in and you start working out without loosening that stuff up, then you can hurt yourself, if not in that session, but later on. And then also the movement prep carries over. Just like the workout has residual effects, so does the movement prep that has residual effects throughout the rest of your day to open you up. Alright, so I'm just going to start with some prone, getting on all fours. I'm going to just open up the body and just doing some sliding reaches, okay? So come up onto your knees and the hands, and then you're just going to slide your right hand out, pressing the armpit down to the ground. I'm waiting for the airplane to go overhead, but you can see what I'm doing. So I'm just reaching out and then pressing the shoulder, armpit down towards the ground, lengthening and drawing my hips back towards my heels a little bit, reaching again. And this time, as you go out with the right hand, you're going to reach, but then apply a little pressure down to the ground, and then I want you to pull your hips back towards your feet, and then do a little bit of a left and right shift through the shoulders, just to kind of get some traction going through the tissue. I'll turn this way so you can see a little bit better. So left hand goes out, gonna reach and then press the hand down to the ground, and then pull your hips back a bit to get a sense of pulling coming through the shoulder. Come up and out. And then now we're gonna go out to the side, come out to the side, reach and turn your head away. Come back up, right hand out, reach and turn away. Come back up. This time apply pressure down and then drag. So you're gonna, I'm shifting, you can't see what I'm doing, but actually what I'm doing is I'm trying to shift in that direction away from my hand. And I'm getting some pull and lengthening going through my left arm. Come back up, take the right hand out, press the hand down, and then shift towards your left, and then do a little shift up and down. Okay, beautiful. And then take that right hand underneath. Bring the shoulder all the way down to the ground if you can. And then do a little bit of a pivot, little bit of a shift, head to tail, come back up, come underneath, bring that shoulder all the way down to the ground, if possible, and then shift head to tail, up and down. Beautiful. Roll through the shoulders. Okay. And then we're just gonna rock a little bit, so pushing away from the ground, and then slowly down. So we're starting with some rhomboid push-ups. So you're gonna push your sternum, push your spine to the top of your back, almost like a cat-cow, okay? Pushing the spine to the top of the back, and then letting everything sink down. Push up to the top again. Let everything sink down. Push up to the top, and then I just want you to rock back and forth. Bring the hips all the way to the heels. Come forward. Hips all the way back. And this time you're gonna sink down, let the sternum come down, hang on your ligaments, and then come back. Drive forward. As far as your wrists will let you. Come back. Drive forward. So we're letting the wrists, we're keeping the elbows straight, and mobilizing the wrists, as well as mobilizing the thoracic area around the rib cage. And then turn the hands out, fingers out, and then just rock forward again. And then go side to side. So now let's open up the hips a little bit. So let's come into a child's pose, hands all the way back. Drive those hips back. Come forward, and then come back again. So now, go with wide with your knees, and then I want, so you get a V shape in the knees, and then feet are together, bring the hips back, and then you let the hips come down forward. A little bit of that posterior pelvic tuck that we talked about the other day. So drawing the tail underneath, pulling in through the belly, and then come back. And then while you're here with the hips down, I want you to do a little shift, pushing your shoulders left and right. Come back, and then we've got atomic frog. So as you come forward, take your right foot up, bring it out and around towards, you're trying to touch your nose to your heel. Come back, child's pose. Roll the other heel out and around. Come back. 2 more times each side. Oh, so good. All right. So we're gonna come up into the front hip openers. Get up on one knee, up onto the balls of the foot, ball of the foot in the back, and then tucking the pelvis. So tuck the pelvis, bottom part's going forward, top's coming back, a little bit of a notch tail tuck, and then you're just gonna shift forward into that hip, excuse me, and shift back. Shift forward, shift back. My neighbor's motorcycle is going by, so I won't talk while the motorcycle's going by. Just watch me. Okay, now I can tuck. So shift forward, raise the hands up, come back, raise the hands. Okay, let's go into bear. Coming down on the hands, into your A-frame posture. And then you're gonna need to probably lengthen through the hamstrings a little bit. Just do some heel pumps to wake that up. Okay, and then as you're standing on one leg primarily, shift your hips left and right, articulate the ankle, change legs, shift hips left and right, okay? And then, come into your bear, flatten out through the back, push the tail up tall, and then when you're in bear, remember you're not hanging on the shoulders, you're pushing yourself away. You see the difference in that? So I'm elevating through the scapula, and pushing my head away from the ground rather than sinking into the ground, okay? So activate and push, and then do some more of those heel pumps. Okay, come into beast, knees just off the ground, press back up into bear, come into beast, press back up into bear, come into beast, press back up. So come wide in your stance. We're still doing a little bit of movement prep, guys. Opening up through that inner hip. So driving the hips down and back. Each time you do this, you're gonna get a little bit farther in. You can add a reach and a sweep. Come over, reach and sweep. And then come down to the ground and walk your hands over as you shift into bending the opposite knee. Come back, walk your hands over, shift and get low in that stretch. See how low you can get. Come back over, see how low you can get. Okay. Woo. Pigeon toe those feet. So you're gonna point your toes towards each other, drive the hips back, reach, and then shift. Stand up, pigeon toe again. Drive the hips back, like so. And then open up the shoulders, come back. Come back. So we have a dozen eggs here. And we have an Easter basket. So here, we have an Easter basket. And we have some eggs. Okay, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna get into your plank. All right, up onto your toes. You can do this from your knees if you need to. All right, and you're gonna alternate hands and put the eggs in the Easter basket. All right, come back. So you're gonna need to shift forward on your toes a little bit. Maybe shift forward on your knees. You're gonna have to, if you're on your knees, you're gonna need to probably come back and bend your knees a little bit. Okay, but you're reaching, coming back, and reaching. So up on your toes, you're gonna shift forward on your toes. Don't fall apart, egg. Alternate hands. Oh, good. And then we gotta put all the eggs back in the carton. Shifting the hands each time. Now, if you don't have eggs, you can still do this. All you're gonna do is reach forward and tap the ground in front of you, all right? Almost there, 2 more. Done. Whew. All right, now, next exercise. Put your eggs over here and your Easter basket over here. So, then you're gonna come down into a squat, walk, crouch walk, crab walk, oops. Come back, stand up, crouch back down, grab an egg, stand up, come down, ooh. Put it in, come down, stand up, ooh. Crouch over, put it in, up, down, egg, stand up, reset, crouch, down, back up, down, and we got half a dozen in. Stand up in between each time, guys. What if I go forward? Nope, you won't be able to see me any better there either. Hi! Legs are burning. Hanging in there. We only got 4 more eggs. Stay low, stay low, stay low. Temptation is to stand up. Get a little up, take the tension off, stay low. One more egg. Oh, shake it out. Oy, oy, oy. Well done, team. Coming back to bear, what we did in the warm-up, your A-frame. We're gonna actually move forward with that. Okay, so I'll set it for a minute after I demonstrate this. So coming up to your A-frame and your bear, what you're doing is you're sliding your hand. So we talked about the shoulder blade before. So you're sliding your hand to walk, all right? It's all controlled from right here through the shoulder girdle and all the lats, okay? Trapezius, all right? Through here, through the muscles under the shoulder blade. come up into that bear, and you're gonna do opposite hand and foot. So what's happening is I'm gonna slide my right arm up, pulling in my leg into the hip socket. I'm not bending my knee, I'm pulling my leg in. So sucking it up into the hip socket and then sliding out. But the movement is really controlled from the back and the shoulder blades. So you're not going very far, you're just sliding about a hand's length out and then back. All right, so let's start the timer and you can do it with me. So go ahead and get into that bear position. Ready? So we're gonna go forward and then we're gonna come back. And then forward and then come back until the minute's done. Yes? Go. So start opposite hand, opposite leg. Slide that hand in. Pulling the leg in, the femur into the hip socket, controlling the movement. It's not a fast movement. I want you to feel the strength through your back, through the shoulder. Press your body away from the ground. You're not sinking towards the ground. Press away. Pull that hand in and slide it out. Right. So slide, and then I'm gonna go backwards now. So we're gonna press. What I'm doing is I'm gonna use my right arm, I'm gonna push myself backwards with my arm, push, and I'm just lifting my leg, pulling my leg in and letting it come back. So my shoulders, my back are controlling the movement. 8 seconds to go. And you're done. Okay, so we're gonna do a shuffle with this. All right, ladies. So what we're doing is we're grabbing an egg. We're gonna rainbow shuffle over to the egg cart and put it in. Rainbow shuffle back and back and forth, okay? So, and we'll see how we feel. We got 12 eggs. That's 24 shuffles. Let's see how we go with that. Are you ready? Let's go. Shuffle up, drop it in, shuffle back. So you get a little bit of a hop in there, get a rainbow action through the hands. Oh, we got half a dozen. Three more. Oh, last one. Whew. Awesome. Now, hands are gonna come sitting up just to the side and behind the hips a bit. Fingers pointing towards in the direction of your feet. Come into your crab. And I just want you to lift up the hips, come back down. So these are gonna take a little bit of a warm up, okay? Just gonna loosen up the shoulders a little bit. Open through the shoulder, come back. Open through the shoulder, and come back. So we're keeping the elbows straight. We're just lifting those hips up. If it's a bit awkward for you, you can turn your fingers out some, right? It's gonna be less focus into the triceps, but that's okay. You're still getting strength through your core and your back. And we're getting the back line going here. Oh, I forgot. Oh, I forgot the deadlift balance clocks. So we'll go back to those after this. We do have one more egg exercise. Yay. Come down, come up, come down. Come on, so I got my fingers turned out a little bit. That feels a bit nicer on my shoulders. When you're in the crab position, you don't want to hang. You want to try to push yourself away from the ground. So pushing through the shoulders down and back, right? So if you want to get a little bit more into the triceps now that the shoulders are a bit looser, come here, slide your feet a little further out. They can be here where they were so that you're coming up with a nice bend in the knees, right? Or you can slide them a little further out and get a little bit more stress going through the shoulder, the triceps. So from here, coming, and then back down. So let's do 10 of those. pushing away from the ground. Five more. Three, two, one. Rest. And okay, so our one more exercise, guys. We need our egg carton and we need our Easter basket. What we've got is you can do this two ways. You can balance with the foot completely off the ground. And we're going to take an Easter egg from the carton and then put the Easter egg in the basket. Okay? Now you can do it with completely on a balance, or you can put one foot down on the ground just at the heel and bend forward from here. This actually gets a lot of stretch going through the back of the leg. So they're both they're similar exercises, but has a different effect through your body. So if you want to work on your balance, completely lift that foot. If you want to get less balance but a little bit more lengthening and strength, if you're tight through the hamstrings, this might be a good option for you. And or you can give each one a go. You can do half and half, 6 with the balance and then 6 this way, and I think I might do it that way. Okay, so we're going to get all the eggs in the basket, standing on the right leg, and then we're going to change feet and get all the eggs out of the basket into the carton. Are you ready? Go. So you're doing a deadlift in between. Stand up tall before you put it in the basket. Keep going. Get long so you're staying tall. Oops. Stand up in between each time. Stay long, just hinging forward at the hips. Try not to bend through that back. Keep the shoulders lifted. Now I've got 6 in my basket. It's getting harder because my eggs are farther away. I should have done the balance. Actually, I'm going to move my eggs over. Oh, this is a bit harder to do quickly. And as you can see, my balance isn't quite turned on right now. Whoop. Oh. 2 more. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, give that a little rest. Shake the leg out, standing on your left foot now. You can do balance, complete balance, or a toe touch. I'm gonna start with my full balance and then go to the toe touch. So I'll do 6 and 6. And see if you can alternate which hand that you reach with as well. See how you go with that. I'm cheating a little bit, putting a foot down in between. Ooh. All right, that's 6. I'm going with the toe touch. Alternating hands. Reach. If you pick it up with your right, put it down with your right. Same with your left. One more. And done. I hope you enjoy that workout. And let me know how you go with it. And I will talk to you soon. Bye.